just a few months, the American people will choose the course of America's future. I would like to thank our great Vice President Kamala Harris. She's experienced, she's tough, she's capable. She's been an incredible partner to me and a leader for our country. Nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy. That includes personal ambition. I'm going to call for Supreme Court reform because this is critical to our democracy, Supreme Court reform. So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation. That's the best way to unite our nation.
Biden delivering a speech from the Oval Office just over 10 minutes last night, and questions remain. Why did he decide to drop out? Pleased to bring in now our very first guest, Republican Senator from Wisconsin, who also serves on the Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs, Senator Ron Johnson. Welcome in, Senator. A pleasure to have you with us today.
Well, Bianca.
So we have Biden in his somewhat farewell address. He's obviously not stepping down. But what did you think that speech was about last night? Still a lot of questions. Some say it was kind of a violation, a little bit of the Hatch Act, as you heard him talking about campaign stuff with Kamala. Ultimately, he is still leading the nation or remaining at his post. Would you have liked to have heard more, Senator?
Not necessarily. I think we understand exactly what happened here. He was forced out. Yeah, he probably made the ultimate decision, but I think there were probably very positive, very negative inducements that caused him to make that decision. So now we have a new dynamic in this race. We have the mainstream media that we're primarily running against now. They're going to put Kamala Harris up on a pedestal. They're going to declare her the new Messiah. And that's going to be a powerful force that Donald Trump and Republicans are going to be running against over the next 3 months.
Well, in fact, he said because it's democracy, he wants to ensure that he's stepping down. But in essence, democracy, in a way, was sidestepped. We have the DNC now voting to have a virtual roll call to put Kamala in at the top of the ticket. 14 million voters, and they still continue on with this line of democracy. And as you mentioned, the media, Senator, talking about, how bold and how generous this was of Joe Biden. The real story here is, what about the voters?
Well, again, that was the positive inducement. If he'd step aside, they'd sing his praises. If he didn't, I'm sure they had all kinds of negative stories they could have trotted out to force him to resign. Now, I heard Majority Leader Schumer say that the process has been complete. This is grassroots from the bottom up. I mean, what is he talking about? I mean, the elite in the Democrat Party forced out President Biden. By the way, I don't blame them. And they just installed their candidate. Nothing democratic about that whatsoever.
No, and there's pictures, of course, Hunter there by his side. I'd like to get your reaction to a story that we just broke in off the top of the broadcast. These Russian-Chinese bombers in the airspace of Alaska. Here are our very first images of them. It seems like this provocation, could be a direct tie-in to where our adversaries see our nation and Joe Biden as the current president. What's your biggest concern here, the fact that they are now in Alaskan airspace for the very first time?
Well, it's obviously a probing exercise. There's no doubt about it. It's provocative. They're testing, really how prepared we are. And the problem with the entire Biden-Harris administration is just about everything they've done, from the open borders to the 40-year high inflation causing your dollar to be only worth 83 cents, the war on fossil fuels, the weakness they've shown in foreign policy. That has emboldened our enemies. And it's really set the world in flames, because when America is weak, the world becomes a more dangerous place, and that's what we're witnessing. So to me, it's a direct link. When America is weak, caused by the weakness that Democrat policies and governances have caused, again, we're in serious trouble here. So this is a provocation, this is probing, and should concern every American.